What's good, everybody? Back to another episode of Arnold's Thoughts Podcast. And in this segment, we have a very, very special guest, longtime friend of mine, very longtime friend of mine, a champion among champions, man, an absolute champion among champions. Have on right now, Johnathon Rodriguez, man. This is a guy right here. I'm jealous. I'm gonna let him know right now. What up, bro?
What's going on, my brother?
Nothing much, man. Hey, do me a little favor. If you turn the your camera
That way.
sideways. Yeah, I was. There we go.
Let me put it this way. Better.
There we go. What's good, man?
Chilling, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm great. Finally got a chance to holler at you, man. It's been a minute, man.
It's been a minute, man. We've been playing everywhere.
Yeah, man. I see you still doing your thing, Mr. Nine-time champion. I am jealous.
Hey, you on the way. You on the way. How many you got already?
I got seven.
Hey, you on the way, man.
Man.
You're right there.
How's it feel, man? Number 9.
Feels great, man. Feels great.
That's crazy, man. I seen it. I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way he could have got another one. That's crazy, man. This one was in Colombia. This was
Yeah. We just won in Colombia right now, late November, and then we just got done playing the South American League in Argentina.
How was that? That was the Sudo America or the not the BCL?
Yeah.
They start today.
No, that's Sudamericana. Yeah, we went out there and we finished third place. We beat two teams from Brazil, Baru and Unifacisa, and then we beat Oberá from Argentina. And yeah, bro, like we finished in third place. We finished with a record of 5-2 for the whole tournament. So we did a good we had a good run.
All right, man. That's what's up, man. It's always good to be playing the game, bro. I'm gonna lie. This is the interview I've been wanting to get to for a long time, man. Because I just to see how you went in on just such a high level for so long. Because in this game, bro, people don't even make it. Some guys go 10, 12, their whole careers don't win one. And to be talking to somebody that's got 9. How many MVPs you got?
Man, been a few. In Colombia, I got 3. I got 2016, 2021, and 2022.
Okay, man. Just the accolades. Then you going to the museum. Johnathon Rodriguez Museum. You know what I'm saying? They need to go put it up in your school. I need a statue in Campbell in the school.
No, it's been a blessing. It's definitely been a blessing, bro.
Yeah, man. So let's bring it back, man. Just tell the people a little bit about yourself, like how you even got started with the game, like basketball and this whole give us a little background of everything, bro. What's up, guys? I just dropped my new ebook, 6 Must-Have Steps to Be an Overseas Basketball Player. I've been playing for the last 9 years. I got all the steps and the traits that you need to start your journey with networking, with getting a mentor, all the things that you need to start your journey to be a protege. So go get that ebook, click the link in the bio, and make sure you get your steps to being that overseas pro one day. Let's go.
Well, man, I'm born and raised in Puerto Rico. I started playing when I was about 9 years old. Started playing in my hometown in Bayamon, Puerto Rico, and nothing. I went from there. I started playing in different club teams in the area, and then around when I was 16, I started getting looks to go play in high school in the States, and I started getting offers to go play. I don't know in Miami. I went to Calusa Prep, but I had offers to go to Alabama, California, different high schools in the state.
Okay.
Obviously, I ended up going to Miami since it was closer to home, warm weather,
Everybody
knows
Miami.
Miami.
South America,
Yeah,
everybody knows
Miami.
Yeah, everybody knows Miami.
So I ended up playing my junior and senior year of high school in Miami, Florida, at Calusa Prep. Had a great run out there. I had a few friends that went with me too. So my senior year, we ended up winning the state championship.
Oh, nice.
We were a small school. We won the 1A state championship. So had a great run there, and that's when I started getting Division 1 offers, man. I had a few Division 1 offers, and I ended up visiting a couple schools, and the school that I liked the most was Campbell. Campbell University. They had open minutes at my position as a freshman. I didn't know I was gonna start. Obviously, I just wanted to get some playing time. As a freshman,
Yeah, of course. You just want to
it's
get on
a
the
different
court.
transition. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. So my first year, I just wanted to get some playing time. I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes, and go from there. So that's why I ended up choosing Campbell.
Campbell, we played Campbell. I think my junior year. I don't think he was there. It was 2017. Maybe it was like 2000. No, I'm tripping. 2017. I graduated 2012, so it had to be like
Okay.
2010, 2011. So you probably had just left
Yeah, I had just left because I finished 2010.
2010. Yeah, I graduated 2012, and then but I still I graduated early. Or I graduated in 2012, but I took a red shirt year my junior year, so I finished 2013 my season. Yeah, they got
Gotcha.
nice facilities over there in Campbell. I remember that. I remember Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, it's a
pretty
nice school in North Carolina. I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere, so you can just concentrate on basketball, and
You
that's
got
what
no
I wanted.
choice.
Yeah, you had no choice, but they had good people, good facilities, great coaching staff, so I can't complain.
Right. So you say you won the state championship. I ain't never. I won a couple of district championships, but never a state champ. We got to like the first round, second round. So winning for you just is this is normal. This is just in your blood. Just being able to
No,
win,
man,
man.
that's what you play for, like that. That's the biggest accomplishment to me as a player. I feel like that's why you prepare. That's what you want as a player and as a group. That's what you got to strive for. So
Right.
I mean, winning a championship to me is always a blessing.
Right. So you won number 9. What point in your career right now? Like how many years you been in? Like did you come directly out of college and went straight to playing pro
Correctly,
or
yeah. From I started 2010 playing as a professional. So
uh-huh.
it's what 12 years.
12 years? So you 12 years in the game, 9. Whew, what's that? That's 75%. That's the percentage? Yeesh.
Yeah. No, it's yeah, it's been a blessing, man. Like there's times, obviously in Colombia, there's shorter tournaments, so you play 3 months and in Colombia, and then you play somewhere else, and there's been times that I've won 2 championships in a year. So
Man, 3 in a year.
yeah, so it's different, depending what league you play in, because some are shorter, some are longer, so
Right.
depending where I go.
Yeah, I know we played against each other for the first time in Colombia, you know. And I'm gonna get to that, but the one arm free throw.
The free throws, that's my signature move,
That is
man.
their
That's how I get people.
signature. How did where did that even come from, bro? Like what just made you say, you know what, I'm gonna just do one hand. But you like what, 8? You was hitting all of them. I'm like, come on, man. It's unconventional,
Actually, I
but it
just got
works.
in the South American League. I finished first in free throw percentage with
Wow.
89.3, something like that. Somebody just sent me the percentage, and no, it's been a blessing, man. With a one handed, I wish I could have done earlier, cause I mean, I've always been a good shooter, but never a great free throw shooter.
Mm-hmm.
And 2015, I started shooting like when you get close to the rim and you start shooting like with
You
your
shoot with one
mechanics.
hand, yeah.
Yeah, just with one hand close to the rim and whatnot. So I started going further and further all the way to the free throw line, just working on my mechanics. And I was shooting with a shooting coach, and we were just working on it. And I would shoot 50 free throws, and I would make 43, 44 out of 50 with one hand. And then I'll shoot with two hands, and I'll make, I don't know, 37, 38.
Mm.
And then we started going, like, after a few weeks, he was like, J-Rod, let me ask you this. Do you like scoring, or do you like or do you want to look cool for the
Cool.
fans and
Right.
the people? And I was like, at the end of the day, I don't care. I just want the ball to go in. So he was like, hey, percentages don't lie, man. You'll be shooting way better with one hand than with two hands. If it's giving you good results, hey, might as well try it in a game and see how it goes. Because at the end of the day, you have to transition, mentally from practice to a game is completely different.
Right, right.
And shooting free throw that first time is obviously uncomfortable because you're
Uh-huh.
like, damn, how people's gonna react, my teammates, people in the stands, and
Yeah.
all that. So, it took me a while because I've been practicing for a while. So after, I don't know, a few months, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it
Right.
and try it in the game. And I was in the Dominican Republic, and I did it my first time, and everybody in the stands, I remember looking at after my first free throw, and I started looking behind the rim to see how the fans look, and everybody was just shook. Everybody was just like, what just happened here? Because everybody had seen me shooting with two hands, and all of a sudden you see me shooting with one hand. It's like, what happened? Did he get hurt?
Right, right.
Like, is he making fun of us or the other team or whatnot? So nothing. I just did it, and I just got used to it, man. I just got used to it, and I guess in the basketball world, everybody recognizes me
That is
as the
your
guy with the one
signature.
hand free throw.
But you just said it. You just finished 90, dang near 90%. Maybe I need to switch it up and change. Hey man, if it's working, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
man.
like you say. Do you want to look cool? Do you want to score? Or do you want to, you know what I'm saying? It's a cool, or do you want to score the basketball? And me,
Exactly.
in my career, I never shot more than, that's been my Achilles heel. 70% has probably been the highest I shot from the free throw line. And I'm like, okay, man, I'm a vet now. It's got to change. It has to, because how much points are you leaving
Exactly.
on the
3 points, like we said.
that's really what a make or break of the game. That's the difference between averaging about 20 to 23 and 24, four free throws. Those four free
Exactly.
throws changes the whole game. That changes the whole aspect. I don't know. I might, man. I
Hey, go
might.
ahead and
I,
try it,
I
man.
would
Try it in
try.
practice first. See how you feel.
All right. So with this ninth one, what has been like the one you felt the most, like the most, the first championship in the ninth? What has been like the most impactful one for you? Like, man, this one, like, or do you? I know you don't feel you feel the same way about the first as the ninth. Is the fire still there? Is the drive like, because sometimes when you do something
Yeah.
so much, you be like, well, I do this, but what? Tell me the difference, right? And then I'll tell you like
Man,
how I
well,
feel.
that's a good one. That's a good one. Because when you start playing pro, you feel like, man, I just got in the game. First championship, obviously, it feels great. But I'm like, I'm still young. I'm gonna win a bunch of them, and you don't really realize how hard it is to win championships at the pro level. So
Man,
you take it for granted at the beginning. I feel like now this last one, it made me realize, man, like Jonathan, like this is really a blessing, like, and after meeting all these players throughout the years, you
right,
feel like,
right,
man, like I've met a bunch of great players that have never won a championship, like that they haven't had a chance to win a championship, and how hard it is to make it there, so obviously I feel like now, being more mature, being a vet, I don't take it for granted as much, and I try to enjoy as much as possible, and enjoy and cherish the moments when it happens,
yeah,
because I
yeah,
don't know, like in 2011, I would win the championship, and I'll be like, you know what? I'm happy, why not? But I know I'm gonna win more.
mm,
So I'm always thinking ahead. Now I'm 35, so every championship counts, and I know that I'm getting to that point of stepping away from basketball, So now it means more to me.
right. I feel like that year that we played against you, you was with Academia,
Hmm.
and we had a guy on our team. I don't know if you remember Horace Werner. He was our point guard.
Of course, yeah.
Horace, he at that point, Horace was like 10, 11 years in the game. And he played in, top league Japan. He played in, high caliber areas and top levels, but he's never won a championship. And the first thing he said, man, I just want to win a championship. When you're in this game for so long, and understand how hard it is to really win a championship. And the people look at me sometimes and they'd be like, oh, it must be easy for you. Not one
At all,
is
at all.
is easy. Not one is easy to even try to fathom. And it was a point where I won, like you said, I won three in a row. That year that I won when we played against you for the first time. I had won the one before in the Colombia. I won that one, and then I went to Chile and won another one. And then I did get kind of complacent, like, oh, this is what, but I was 25. You're young.
Exactly.
You're young. You feel like this is just the norm. I'm just this and that. But once you like now, I turn 33 next month, and I just won my seventh this summer. And it was just the meaning, it gets deeper because you start getting creeping towards that other side. We're on the other side of the bridge now.
Exactly.
We're on the other
Exactly.
side of the bridge. So everything matters. It to be able to win, to be able to push through like to the very end and be able to hold that trophy up. And I feel like this championship for me, the last one and this one meant so much for me because my last one, my dad had died. So I literally flew, buried my dad, came back, and then won like the cup championship for the first time for the league. It was like the first championship the team has ever won in the history of their league. So that one, that kind of significance because it's that emotion that it has tied to it. And then this year, we won it on Father's Day.
Wow.
So, you know what I'm saying? Those type of,
Yeah, it's a different meaning.
man, it was just like those meanings. I don't even, yes, I'm grateful for the ones that I won earlier. But once you get older and then so much life gets tied into it, and then you have a loss, and then I'm able to win on Father's Day. It's just like it's that appreciation and that gratefulness, to be a champion, you know. And I
Of
don't know,
course.
like for you, like, do you feel like are you satisfied? Do you feel like I'm satisfied where I'm at, or is this like what's the goal? What's the number? Like, what's the ultimate goal? Like, you know,
Man, I just want to compete for a championship every single time I play. Like obviously, I don't know if I'm gonna win it every single time, but now in this point of my career, I want to be on championship caliber teams. That they're gonna be
yeah,
competing at the top. So that's what I try to do now. Whenever I get offers or whenever I'm trying to sign in a new league or a new team, I try to see where they at, what's their goal, like what happened last season, where they finished, and all that. So I'm trying to compete for a championship every single time I step on the floor. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but you know what I'm saying? Like at least having that mentality as a group that all right, let's try to go for that championship every single time.
right. I feel like that's once you get to this point in your career, and once you have so much success, because I feel the same way. Like I've got seven. Every team from here on out, y'all got to be in some kind of run to be able to win, because our mindset is only geared towards winning one thing, and that's winning the championship. You know, and I
Exactly.
just got on this team, and they're in the second division of Argentina, but they want to move up, and in order to move up, they have to win the championship. So before I even
Exactly.
got here, I'm like, okay, so they must have a team cultured around trying to win to go to the next level. They're just looking for that because you're as a vet and as a winner, you bring something different. Your mentality, the way you move, your work ethic, your mindset is just different. Like one of the first things that I implemented on the team is we ain't saying like we don't say the team name. From now on, we saying championship. We're saying championship now so you can get it ingrained in your brain. You can get it ingrained in practice that you're thinking about this every single day because this is the ultimate goal. If you can't think of the ultimate goal at the end. you know,
Exactly.
you can't think of it at the end. So basically, okay, you've been winning all this time. What are some adversities that you face, throughout your career? Because one thing we know as professionals overseas, it's not always they only see the nine.
Exactly. Exactly.
They only see the nine. They see, this legendary guy, Jonathan, man. Share, share with me something that's like, you had to go through during this journey of yours.
Man, like you said, like people just see the outside, but there's so much going behind the scenes.
Man,
Like I played in places that I didn't get paid.
Mm.
You know,
Oh,
like I remember in 2012, I was playing in the Dominican Republic, and I'm out there, and we haven't gotten our money, and
right.
I'm like, man, like what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they were like, you know what? Don't worry. After 3 weeks, after the season was over with, they were like, you know what? You guys just go home. We're gonna deposit your money to your accounts. Don't worry. But man, being 3 weeks in a hotel stuck, and you're trying to go home because you ain't doing nothing. You're just waiting on your money. You get desperate. So you're like, man, like should I go? Should I not go? Because it's a risk. So
Man,
if you going home, you know for a fact
you
you're not getting your money.
you know it.
So yeah, so man, me being young, obviously, me being wanted to be home already with the fam and whatnot. So I was like, you know what? All right, here's my bank account. Why not deposit my money? And you know what happened, bro? I never ended up getting my money. I never
Man,
got my money, and I will try to reach them, try to contact them. They would answer my phone calls. They would answer my WhatsApp, my messages, all that. After a while, they just disappeared. So
man,
you're like, man, like these people, like they have no respect for the game because they feel like, man, like we work. This is our job. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like our families depend on us, and we're dependent on ourselves. I mean, we're counting on this money. I don't know, to pay our mortgage, to pay our car, whatever the situation may be.
Life,
But
man,
we're counting
life.
on this money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's people in this business that they have no respect for us whatsoever. That they just feel like, you know what, we ain't gonna pay them.
Just it don't
and
even
and
matter.
and that was just a month for me. But I know players that I've gone places and I don't know 3 4 months without getting paid,
Yeah,
and they never
bro.
see that kind of money.
Yeah, man. I feel like I just recently wrote a book, The Six Must-Have Traits to Become an Overseas Basketball Player. And one of the biggest things is mental toughness. Like, you have to be mentally tough in this game because situations like teams not paying you are going to happen. You're going to be lied to. You're going to be
Exactly.
robbed. You're going to be mistreated. You're going to be disrespected. And nobody's going to care.
Nobody's gonna care. And mentally, you're gonna feel like, you know what, I'm done with this. There's no way I'm going somewhere where I'm gonna get mistreated. I'm not gonna get paid.
Oh my
I'm not gonna be
God.
able to understand what they're trying to tell me. And you telling me that I'm gonna go play for you, you're gonna pay me. So I know a lot of players out there, they go through this type of situation, they done, they're
They're
over with.
done.
They're like, you know what, I'm done. I'm just getting a regular job that I know
Yeah.
for a fact I'm getting paid, and I don't blame them, because mentally, man, it breaks you.
Yeah,
It
man.
breaks you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's one of the main subjects that I talk about, and it's just like the mental toughness because all the guys who've been in this game for years, you understand very quickly. Like one I always say, there ain't no love in this game. It's either you love it and you want to continue pursuing this and get the most out of it, because it ain't gonna love you back. Because what's gonna happen to you? It's like the fire. I said you basically you're going through a fire. Ain't no pension, ain't no union, ain't no fee. Where's FIBA at? Where's
Yep, yep, yep. That's true.
where are y'all at to take care of the players? Y'all making all the money off us. Y'all got all the events, all this, but there's nothing in place to take care of the athletes and these types of situations. And it's like it's not just a one-time situation. This happens on the regular all the time. I think I maybe heard of probably two players who gotten their money a year and a half later after going through the cases with FIBA. You got a family. You got two beautiful daughters, a wife. I got a daughter. I got a family. I got bills. I gotta live. Like, how is it that you can just name one other job you can just go and be like, you know what? We're not gonna pay you. You're gonna work 2 3 months. They ain't gonna pay you. You getting paid?
You're not seeing a dime, and you're supposed to stay chill, stay calm. Don't even complain about it. Hey, whenever it comes, it comes.
Right, man. That's what I'm supposed to put my career on and tell my significant other. Well, they say when it comes, it comes. So that's all we gotta do. We just gotta take their word for it, man. So
Yeah.
basically, man. So how do you how do you get to that type of mindset to like build your mental toughness? You know, how do you get a mentally winning mindset all the time? Like, what are some of the things that you do to be able to even get to this level? You know.
Man, like first of all, I feel like you gotta look at the bigger picture. With me at the beginning of my career, I was always looking at the bigger pictures where I wanted to get, and obviously know why you started playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after college, obviously it becomes a business. You can just play for the love of the game, you
Yeah.
know, because at the end of the day, we have bills, we have family. So, and people in this type of, I mean, in the professional level, they still feel like you should play for the love of the game when they know for a fact that it's a business. Because if you get hurt or if
Man.
you're not playing up to your level or the level that they feel that you should be playing at, they're gonna cut you and they're gonna
Quite.
release you. You know what I'm saying? Like without being in their feelings whatsoever. So I that's something that I try to tell the young guys in the business. Like, hey, don't get in your feelings, even if you're feeling good. Remember, this is a business, and they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna make that decision regardless. So you gotta try to get what's best for you and your family at the end of the day. So I don't know. I always feel like look at the bigger picture and always pray, man. Like God by my side always. Try to stay focused and know, hey, this is a bad situation, but I've had five good situations. So the percentages is that my next situation is gonna be better than the last one. So I
Mm-hmm.
always looked ahead and try to see the positives even in the negatives. So I was always looking ahead, be like, you know what, like, all right, this just happened right now in the league I was playing in, but I have another opportunity somewhere else, so I gotta try. And with the blessing of God, I know it's gonna be better, and I'm gonna get paid, and I'm gonna get paid even better
Right.
than my last job. You know, so I always had that mentality that my next job is gonna it was gonna be better, better situation financially, better situation team wise, better league. So I always had that, and I was just continue grinding, man. Like I would just grind, working hard and staying ready, not just physically but mentally. You know, reading a
Mm.
lot because people feel it's like, oh yeah, basketball is physical. Man, basketball is more mental than physical. I feel people tell me it's 50-50. To me, it's
What?
75-25,
I
man.
put 80-20.
75-25.
I put 80-20.
80-20. You see, like it gets to a point that you get to a point at the professional level that everybody's good, you know? Everybody brings something to the table. But us being away from our family so long, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, like after I had my daughters, excuse me, my daughter is about to be 8 next week. You know, I've missed birthdays, Christmas, New Year's, special occasions in my daughter's school, you know, like talent
Graduations.
shows and different events that you're like, man, like I have my whole family there. My daughter calling me like, Daddy, why is it that everybody's daddy's here and you're not here for me? People don't understand that breaks you, man. Like that gets to you after a while. You're like, man, like I'm missing every little opportunity to be with my daughters, and it's time's not coming back. You know,
No.
like they're getting older and this is the best time to be with your daughters because you know after 13, 14, they're gonna be like, no, Daddy, I'm
Yeah.
here with my friends.
Yeah.
I want to hang out with my friends or whatnot. So I'm missing the best time to be with my daughters and with my families, you know. So man, like that mentally that breaks you being
Man.
away from your family for so long, missing I'm never like the last I don't know the last 4 or 5 years, I haven't been with my family for my birthday. So I'm always by myself or with my teammates on my birthday. And obviously, those are special occasions that you want to have your wife, your
Yep.
daughters,
Yep.
like somebody close to you, you know, next to you. So mentally, man, like he's no peaches and cream, man. Like people make it seem like, and it's a cold world out there. But I mean, at the end of the day,
Woo.
you just gotta look at the bigger picture. And I'm providing for my family. I'm trying to give them the best future they can have for my daughters, you know. So at the end of the day, when I retire and we look back, I'll be like, you know what, like we did this and this and this, and now I can enjoy my time with my family and we can have a good future.
Yeah, man. That is so true, bro. Like the opportunities, the little things that you miss, especially when you have kids. You know, you have two daughters. I have a daughter. I'm not going to see her for Christmas. I'm not going to see her for New Year's, for birthdays. They got to call you for graduation on the phone, and they're going to wonder, like you said, at this point, this is when they love you the most.
Exactly.
This is when they love you the most.
Exactly.
And this is when we're mostly gone all the time. And it does question, you do question that a lot. Like, man, what am I doing this for if I'm going to miss out on some of the most impactful times in my daughter's life? That should be, and that's one thing that also drives me. I'll give you a quick story. Like I think it was my fourth championship. I think it was my fourth one, yeah. And I was going through, like my last time in Colombia, it was crazy because before we went into the season, I stayed being young, didn't know, didn't have a mentor, someone to guide me and tell me like, hey, you're not supposed to stay over the time in the country. Being young, stayed
Uh-huh.
over and got into it. Like that whole season, I was dealing with immigration the whole time.
Oh wow, they didn't know that.
Bro, that whole time I was dealing with immigration problems. The whole like every week I was going to immigration. Every week I was going to immigration. To the fact that like when I left, I was with my ex-wife at the time, and she went back to Colombia. I had bought a crib in Colombia. Like we had set up, like okay, we're gonna stay here. This is where I got a couple things going. I could won a couple of games. I'm finna, we're finna do our thing here. I got deported. I got
Wow.
deported while I was in Chile playing in a different country. I got deported. They did
Wow.
not let me go back into the country. Like I couldn't go back. I went to the airport. They told me come to the airport and fill out your paperwork and do all the stuff here. They didn't let me in. She was pregnant at the time with my daughter. Couldn't go back
Wow.
into the country. I missed her birth, and then I didn't get to see her. Man, I think it was at a point in time in my life that I didn't get to see my daughter for a year and a half.
Wow.
After like 6 months, bro.
That's crazy.
It was just one of the most, because me and her had like so much situations that I'm coming off championships. So people just see like, oh, you this, that, and the third. And it's like all this stuff behind the scenes that I'm dealing with, like with my daughter, going through a divorce. Like people don't even like, man, that mind state was just so crazy. I didn't see her from when she was like 6 months till about a year and 5 months. And
Wow.
we was in the playoffs. We was in the playoffs. I'll never forget this. I played good all season. Then every basketball player hits that run
Whoa.
that wall. And I hit it right when playoffs started. First two series we won, but I was just playing. I'm talking about like 10 points, 7 rebounds. Like I was just not, I couldn't click.
Yeah.
I was able to fly my daughter out. I flew her out for the finals. We made it to the finals. I flew her out. Man, it was just like that. That switch.
Hey.
Everything I started going crazy. I started going crazy, man. It just ignited that like I was whole again. You know what I mean? I ended up winning finals MVP. I was just man, I was just it was so crazy that one of the other players on the other team looked at me just like it's just like middle of game, like four. He was just looking at me like, and I was like, "What's up, bro?" He was like, "What happened to you? You was just not the same player that you was before." I was like, "Man, what you got like that? What your kids and what that means to you when you finally become whole and like taken away from you, and you still got to perform on a high level." Without that missing piece next to you, it makes you just wonder like you got to go hard for them because this is what you if you're gonna take if I'm gonna take the time away from my daughter, I better make sure I'm handling business.
Exactly.
I better not be out here just being an average player, getting minimum money and this, that, that. You better come out here and perform and win 9 championships because I'm taking away from really the most important thing. Because
Exactly.
like you said, the love of this game in the beginning, yeah, I love it. I play basketball, but hey, it's a business at a point because I got these kids, this family is much more important than this,
Exactly.
family members. I know you. We stretched for time. I know you see you gotta go soon. I ain't trying to. I just want to ask this last question. Like if you could give one advice to a new up and coming athlete who wants to get in the game, possibly one day win 9 championships, which I don't think that so just for the statistics, you're the only person that I've ever met other than me that's won this one championship. You're the only other person. But just to get them started on their journey, because the whole reason I even started this whole podcast is just to give athletes coming up the understanding of what's to come. Just prepare. Prepare mentally. Yes, you can have fun. Yes, you can enjoy this game and get the most out of it. But like you said, 75-25, the mental part of this game is so important. I just want to prepare every athlete that's coming up. That's the guys that's already in the game. How do you prepare mentally and how do you get ready for this road, for this journey, man, to go through this fire?
I feel, man, like the most important thing is that players gotta know that the country or the new team that you go to, they're not gonna adapt to you. You gotta adapt to them.
Ooh.
That's the biggest mistake that a lot of the young players make going to a new country or a new team.
Oh my
They feel like,
God.
oh, yeah, like da da da. I had this in the States. I had this back home. Like, no, like, bro, like you're at a different country. They're not gonna get used to you. You gotta get used to them,
Right.
to their culture, the way they eat, how they practice, how they play, because it's a completely different game. Oh yeah, I used to do this back in the States. I used to do this back in college. Yeah, you're not in college. You're not back in the States.
It's not there.
You're playing in Argentina. You're playing in Colombia. All right. How do they play here? You gotta adjust to the way they play out here. Adjust to the system. Adjust to the culture, bro. So if you go somewhere to play, you can just complain and feel like because the first of all, you're never gonna have whatever you had back in the States.
Mm.
You're never gonna feel as comfortable. The food, I mean, your housing, none of that. It's never gonna be like back
Right.
home.
Right.
So first of all, you gotta get used to that and know that hey, this is what I have. This is what I gotta work with, and know that there's gonna be tough times. There's gonna be times that you might go through something that you don't like. Hey, you still gotta go through it. There's gonna be times that, like you said, yeah, your coach is gonna say something to you that you're gonna be like, "Yo, what's up with this guy?" You get me? Like, so I feel the most important thing is that you gotta adjust to the culture, to the country that you go to, and know that, hey, man, I gotta stay with it and continue to grind and know why I started playing and look at the bigger picture. If you want to make it far in this game of basketball and go different places, you gotta know that you gotta start somewhere small and then continue
Man.
to get better and continue to get to better leagues and you're gonna get more money and the situation is gonna be better. But at the beginning, man, it's a grind. It's a grind and know that it's not gonna be peaches and cream how people think it is back in the States, you know?
Man, that's so true because I did a last interview with one of my teammates that just left. He was younger and he is like, I can't do it, man. I have to leave. I have to save my career because we're playing in Argentina. And Argentina in basketball is just a whole different caliber of just, first of all, just mentally.
Mentally, yeah.
Just mentally being able to play out here is just a whole different beast. And I was trying to get him to understand, like, they're not going to adjust to you. It don't matter that you was in Europe or wherever you was at and you was doing what you was doing and the course was great and people take care of it and you come here, and there's messed up rims and the court is dirty and the coach bench you for 3 games. He don't play you in the fourth quarter for 3 straight games. That's part of
Exactly.
the game. Like you gotta learn to adjust to that.
Exactly.
That is part of the game. Like they don't care about that. As much as I've won before, they don't care about none of that. They don't care
They don't
about
care where
that.
you come from, what have you done. They don't care none of that. And like you said, conditions they're gonna be bad sometimes, man. Like the court's gonna be terrible, the rim, the weather, there's no heater inside the gym and it's freezing
Man,
outside. You're like, man, how could you guys play like this? But hey, they grew up in this weather, so they've been playing like this for the last, I don't know, 25 years. So they're used to it already.
Right.
So you gotta get used to that in just a few days.
And still produce. Because I've been
You're
like
still
right
able to
here.
perform at the level that they
That
expect
they
you to
expect you
perform.
to. Because here,
Yeah,
over here in the country the city that I'm in, Rio Gallegos in Argentina, it's like literally at the bottom
it's
of,
freezing.
man, they told me
It's
get
freezing. I remember playing there. Yeah,
everybody.
it's freezing, man. Like, mad respect to you that you're doing out there, man, because it's super cold. Thank God it's the summer out there. It's not as cold right now, but during the winter, boy, we're
Listen,
talking about Montana.
look, man, I didn't know this coming in. Honestly, I
Yeah,
didn't even know. When I was getting off the plane, the lady was like, it's summertime right now. I'm like, but it's like 45 degrees. She was like, yeah, it's the summer. It gets below zero. Come
yeah,
again?
bro.
How cold?
Yeah.
I'm coming from Florida. I'm coming from the
Yeah,
sunshine, literally the sunshine
yeah.
state.
We're not used to this.
And you still have to perform. And that's a real thing. You know, your body freezes, your body literally reacts different. Like your bones, your hands, that's really a real thing. And you got to be able to perform. But man, I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you getting on. I know you said you had to go take care of some things. We got to chop it up a little bit, man. It was good hearing from you, man. For real.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you, man, and I love what you're doing, man, for the up and coming basketball players. Hopefully, they can listen to this. And if anybody has any type of questions, why not? You know where to find me. Hopefully, this is gonna help someone out there. So, man, appreciate you what you're doing, man, and good luck with everything.
All right, man. Appreciate you, bro. Hopefully, we get the cross pass again. I'm pretty sure we will, man. We get the cross pass on the court again. Win the championship together. Ooh, that'll be a
Yes,
great
sir.
episode.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That'll be a
sir.
great episode, man.
Blessings to you, my brother.
You too, bro.
All right, man.
All right, man. That's all we have for this episode. I really appreciate my brother right there, man. That's just like one of those distant brothers that you know every time you meet up, there's always going to be love. This guy has helped me in my career. You know, we didn't even get to get into all that, but he helped me during my career at a point in time, make it through a tough situation, help me out with jobs. You need good people, and as you can see, when you do good, this man is a 9-time champion, and he deserves everyone. He deserves to win 9 more. I really appreciate Jonathan being on. That's all we got for this episode of Barnum Thoughts Podcast. And I am out of here.